Hello you lot, how's it going? In the last, well not the last video, but the last time we done had a little look at some of these GT Power stuff, we unboxed and had a initial first look and, you know, the initial review of this GT Power, oh my god I've dropped it, this GT Power V6 Pro, and I found it to be blooming impressive. I was extremely impressed with it and I thought it was great. 700 watts of, oh, in my opinion, so far anyway, greatness. But we've also got the little brother, the 400 watt V6Duo. So this is what we're going to be able to look at today. And not in this video, but there will be one coming up after I've used both of them for a length of time, which in my opinion I can gauge whether they're actually any good for use. Do you know what I mean? If they're going to last, is the build quality going to hold up? Is it going to go wrong? I don't know. After I've used them for a period of time, I'll compare them together and I'll let you lot know my opinion at the time. Not a final opinion, but an opinion at the time after using it for a couple of months. So let's, I'm going to stick you lot on the tripod so that I can have both hands, and we'll unbox this one. I ain't got a clue what it's like on the inside. I've never opened it. So let's put that back over there and see what this little brother's like. Now I'm fairly sure that this one is actually out in shops being stocked. The V6 Pro, I couldn't find it for sale in any shop, so it's relatively new to the market. Now, oh, my apologies, a minion come in and asked for a charger. Ironically, I've got one here. Anyway, I always say it's very important to look at the box and the packing. And I say it in every review video that I ever do. And some people don't like that, but I'm afraid it is important, you know, because the company's put time and effort into designing and making the packet. I mean, someone's designed it. They've paid someone to design all of this. They've paid someone or whatever, I don't know if it's in-house or whatever, but it's all been printed, it's all been made, designed, written, so you must take note of it. Do you know what I mean? It comes as part of what you've bought. So we've got the features: 2-channel charge. 2 channels charge 2 different kinds of batteries simultaneously. Support charging power distribution intellectively when operating with AC input. I don't know if intellectively is actually a word, to be fair. Listen, I'm English and I've been English for the past 35 years. But, you know, since birth. But I don't know if that's a real word, intellectively. Sometimes the translation does get a bit mixed up. 2.4-inch IPS TFT high definition screen. Battery internal resistance meter. HV mode available. USB 5 volts at 2 amps. There is a USB port on it, so we can charge stuff with a USB port. And I must say, on the V6 Pro, I've been charging CB radios, cameras, phones, all kinds of stuff, and it's very good. It charges quickly, so hopefully this one's going to be just as good. And we've got a few more specs there. If you'd like to read them, you're more than welcome to pause for a couple of seconds and read those and see what you think of that. But there we go. The box is good, and in my opinion, not always, because you do sometimes get products where you get a plain box and you get a good product. But usually the box reflects the product. If the box is good and they've taken care with the packing, you're going to get a good product. Most of the time. You get a little sticker, GT Power sticker. You get a nice piece of foam holding it all in place. And there we go, look, nicely packaged. It's always nice to see a company that does actually package stuff properly. So that's that. What we got here? We've got 2 little feet. That one's come out of there. 2 little feet which you're supposed to put on the front of it to sort of angle it up a little bit if you want to, but you haven't got to. An instruction manual. I will be going through that just to make sure there's no features that I've missed that I can tell you about, because, well, listen, some people say instructions are for idiots and fools, but I like to read instructions when it comes to things like this, because there might be hidden features that you just didn't know existed and they might be useful to you. The amount of things I've had in the past where I've been using stuff for years and it has hidden things that it can do that would have been good for me, but I didn't know because I never bothered to read the instructions. Anyway, here it is. There's some weight to it. It feels sturdy. It's got a balance port for charge 1 and a balance port all the way up to 6S. All the way up to 6S, look, for the number 2 port, and it's got XT60 connectors. Now, there was a few comments in the other video for the X2 Pro and for the V6 Pro chargers about some of you don't like that they put these on, but I find them quite handy because, one, if you've got a battery like this one which has got the connector on it anyway, you can simply just plug it straight in and charge it. You don't need an extra lead. And, you know, alright, you might have to make up another lead to charge batteries that don't have an XT60 on them, but is that really the end of the world? I mean, let's be honest, if you're in the game of RC of any description, you're going to have a soldering iron, you're going to have some solder, you're going to have some cable probably to be able to make up a lead or two. So I don't think it's a big problem, and I really like that they use this. I mean, older chargers like this one here typically had banana connectors like this one. You've got bananas. Great, but either one I'm happy with, and I think they're quite good. I do like that. Got a fan on the back. There's the PC port because you can plug it into a computer. Why you'd want to plug a charger into a computer and update its firmware and all that, I have no idea. But you can do if you want to. And there's the USB port in case you want it to charge up something with a USB cable. AC input can be only chosen at one type of power access at the same time. Well, that goes without saying. I mean, everybody knows that. You can't use 12 volts and 240 volts at the same time. But if you wanted to, you can use this off of a car battery. So, let's turn it on and see what happens. I mean, I'm actually excited for this. It's got the same little wheels for selecting your menus and that as the V6 Pro. So I'm excited. I'm properly excited about this. Let's take that out, plug that in there. Oh, we've got to take our little sticker off. Happy days. Yeah, and it's the male version of a XT60 for the back, which is correct. That's what it should be. Alright, there we go. I'll zoom you in and that's ready. Plug is on. There we go. GT power. Tells you on AC input. Little fan makes a noise, so you know that it's worked. Battery not connected. You can scroll through here, 27.5 volts. There's nothing else on there. Oh, we've got number 1, number 2. Let's, just for the fun of it, let's plug a battery in. I'm going to zoom you out ever so slightly so you can see what I'm doing. Obviously we need to test this. So let's have a couple of batteries. I mean, that one's fully charged. I mean, I don't want to charge up that one. That one's got the wrong plug on it. Let's get this. There we go. Core RC. We've got another battery here. Both nickel metal hydrate, but you can charge 2 different types. You can have 2 lipos, 2 nickel metal hydrates, 2 lithium ion, whatever you want. You can charge 2 different batteries at the same time. You can discharge and charge at the same time either side. You know, you can do loads of different things with it. So you can even charge lead acid batteries as well. So let's go. We're on channel 1 at the moment. So, oh look, have you noticed it selected, it knew what we plugged in, but it didn't know that it wasn't a lipo. So we can easily change that to nickel metal hydrate. We want to, what do you want to do? We want to discharge it or charge it? I think we'll charge it. Automatic charging current. Well, we can do this at 3 amps. So let's go to, there you go, 3 amps, start. Battery check, and we're now charging on channel 1 at 3 amps. This is 1800 milliamp, the other one. So it's not lipo, nickel metal hydrate, charge 1800 I want. I'm doing it. I know I'm always going to get comments saying that battery can be charged at this amount of amps and all that, blah blah blah. Remember, this is just for your sake, for this video. 1800 amps start mode. Hopefully you can see what's on the screen, it's not reflecting. So we're now charging 2 batteries at the same time. It's automatically split the screen. I'm hoping you can see it. It's automatically split the screen. I reckon you can see that, can't you? Yeah, of course you can. Kind of. It's automatically split the screen for us, so we can see 6 degrees, 7.8 volts, 7.7, 27.4. There's the amount of time that it's been charging for up there at the top, and it's 0.1. Obviously the amps are slowly going up because it's on an automatic charge, not a manual charge. So there we go. And I've got to say, it's great so far. I mean, we've literally been looking at it for about a couple of minutes, and I'm already happy with it. DC 400 watts, 16 amp times 2. The maximum it can charge at is 16 amps. We know that already. So I'm just going to have a quick look through this instruction book to see if there's any settings that I should be telling you about and that I'd want to know for myself, because, well, it's nice to use something to its full potential if you've got it. So while they're charging, I'm just going to have a little flick through, and I'll come back if I find something interesting. So if you're interested, I'm not going to read all that out to you, but there is the, you know, the maximum capacities of which it can charge and discharge and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully that's in a good enough focus, so if you wanted to read all that, you should be able to pause it with any luck and have a good old read. So that's what it can do. I haven't seen much else of interest. How to confirm charge current, I mean, that's all self-explanatory. I mean, if you can't work that out, I think you need to go and have a nap. Charge mode, that's also self-explanatory. It's important to mention that in LiPo mode and any lithium mode, you've got balance charge options, so you can balance charge, you can normally charge, you can fast charge, which has a lower amperage but it fast charges. It's a complicated way. You can discharge, and it has got storage mode, which is important because a lot of people don't realise that some chargers don't have storage mode. For example, the one here, this is my old charger, it's over 20 years old, in the background here, doesn't have storage mode. It will charge LiPos and all the other lithium batteries, doesn't have storage. So I think most modern chargers these days does have a storage function to put a LiPo into storage mode, a storage charge, sorry. But there are still some chargers being sold out there that don't have that function. So, you know, if you've got LiPos, it's important to buy the right charger that's got storage mode. And this one has. So does the V6 Pro. Anything else that I need to mention to you lot at the moment? Not really. It tells you all about the fast charging. Tells you how it fast charges in that weird way that I just simply don't understand. You can see all the cell voltages and all that kind of stuff. It's all fairly self-explanatory stuff. Anything that I think is worth talking about, not really. It's just stuff that you might want to read if you buy one, but the stuff that most chargers have. You can update the firmware. You can go into some settings and adjust the volume and the backlight and the system self-checking. And if you want to, you can plug it into a computer and you can update the firmware for some reason. But not really sure you'd want to be doing any of that. Maybe you would. Maybe you're one of those tech geeks. Anyway, I'm going to let these batteries charge. We're at 15 degrees sun. I'm going to put you in handheld mode. Hold on. Let me just show you something. Look at this. I mean, it's just sitting on the bench absolutely fantastically. I mean, you can put these little feet, the other one's fallen off. I think you can put them underneath there to sort of raise that up a little bit, because I think, yeah, you can sort of stick them under there, but you don't need to. I mean, I'm just going to leave mine like that. That's perfectly fine. It's just sitting there nice and happily. Look, charging up. That one's at 3 amps, which is what I set it to. That one's at 1.8, which is what I set it to. The whole charger itself is at 15 degrees. The fan is on, nice and quiet. I mean, I wouldn't say that was particularly loud. Some people in the other video of the V6 Pro said that the fan was a bit loud and if they think that would annoy them, but I didn't think it was loud at all. I thought it was perfectly amicable, to be honest. But I suppose it's all down to your personal preference and what you think is loud and what you think isn't. There's a little protective layer of, I'm going to leave that on though. But I think this is a lovely charger. I even like the look of it, like the square look with the little fins there. I think that's really nice. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. Let's hope. It looks 16 degrees, so we're getting warmer. So the true test would be, and I haven't got batteries where I can do an actual proper test. Because I haven't got batteries big enough. But if you've got some proper batteries like 6S or bigger, the proper lipos, you'd be able to test it at its max capacity and see if it gets hot, see if it trips out. I'm afraid I just haven't got the ability to be able to do that. I can just test it with the batteries that I've got, and I think the biggest I've got is a 3S. What is it? I can't remember. I think it's a 4000 3S 50C. All them numbers make no meaning to me. Well, they do, but I don't really care about them, but to you they might. They're the biggest batteries I've got, so I could potentially test them with that. But anyway, 17 degrees, it's warming up. But there we go, you lot. I'm going to let these batteries fully charge and come back. Do you know what else I've noticed as well? I can't see any other reason. There's a little green light and a little green light in there. I don't know what, I'm assuming they must go red or something, but that's pretty cool. I think that must be supposed to. Let me turn the lights off, hang on. Let's just, look at that. I have to turn the lights off fully to be able to see it properly. But it's like little green lights by the little selector wheel thingamajigs. They're pretty cool, look. Make like a little, and they flash as they're charging. Look. That is really cool. I like that. Man. This GT Power stuff, cracking. There we go. Once it's fully charged, the little green light goes blue. That is awesome. Proper nice, that is. Anyway, you lot, that, although it's probably quite a short video, there's not a lot really else to say. It's the charger. It's got some really cool features with it. I don't know if we can access the menu. No, see, we can see all that information. That's pretty much all we can see. That channel 2, channel 1. You need to let me quickly stop this one from charging, and then I'll show you the menu. Right, there we go. I've turned the light off now, so we might not get the fan goes off. Now it's completely silent. I know some of you are worried about the fans, so if we hold on to that. There we go. You have to hold on to that one. I'm using the wrong hand here. My giddy aunt. Right, now we can see channel 1 output, mid input voltage. I'm going to put the display to high, volume high, language English, firmware update, system information, system self-checking. Let's see what that is. Please remove the battery. Okay. So we remove that battery and that battery. Now what's going to happen? Well, look, it's doing a self-check. Do not connect the battery. I've never done this before on the other one. I think it's just like a diagnostics thing. Self-check without error. There we go. Perfect. And then that's all there is, isn't there? Back. So let's turn on the light again so we can actually see properly. A very nice charger with a USB port on the back. What was it at again? 2 amp 5 volt USB port, so you can plug a USB wire in it, charge a phone, a CB radio, a camera, anything you want to charge with that you can do. Charge 2 batteries. You know, it's got balance ports built in. You can charge all different kinds of things, and it's got storage mode. So what I'm going to do, as I've said before, I'm going to use it for a couple of months, and because at the moment I think it's blooming brilliant so far. It's got some weight to it, and the build quality feels good. I'm going to use it for a couple of months. I'm really impressed with this stuff, you know, and I wouldn't be saying it if I really didn't. Use it for a couple of months, and then I'll compare it to the V6 Pro, which is the bigger brother of it. So thanks for watching. If you liked it, happy days. Press that little button, tell everyone else that you liked this video, and share it around, you know what I mean? Because there might be people that are looking to buy a nice battery charger, especially if you're getting into RC and you want a decent battery charger, what's going to last, hopefully. I mean, I can't tell you if it's going to last at the moment, but it feels like it'll last anyway. Hopefully these turn out to be good battery chargers, and this isn't all just a load of faff, but I've got a good feeling about them. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully going to have a discount code for you lot for all the GT Power stuff soon. They're just sorting that out for me at the moment. So once I get the discount code, I'll obviously update all the descriptions for all the GT Power review videos. And yeah, so you can all enjoy a discount of whatever that may be. I'll see you later on. Love life. And just please enjoy yourself. Because that's what we're here to do, my friends. Enjoy ourselves. Even if Johnny Boy is nowhere to be seen, we're here to enjoy ourselves. And Manuel is... I don't know where Manuel is either. If anybody's seen Johnny Boy or Manuel, please let me know. I'm looking for him.